Hello, I just wanted to do a vlog. It could take a while because it was very awesome about how I went to the State Library of Victoria today and went to the Les Miserables page to stage exhibit. Um, it's so cool. Like, this won't be short because I have a lot to say about it. Um, basically, the musical Les Mis, which is one of my favorite musicals, probably equal with Wicked is my favorite musical, is back in Melbourne at the moment, which is awesome. And I got to see it like a month or two ago, and it was amazing. What an amazing night it was. And then I heard that the State Library had brought this exhibition about Les Miserables, Les Mis or Les Miserables. Um, and they got a lot of items from France. And the number one item they got, the most important one that made me definitely want to go see this exhibit, was they had the manuscript that Victor Hugo wrote the story on. Well, actually half of it, because it's like this size, like this big, this thick, like a tome, like a full-on tome, and it's the actual pages that he wrote the story on. Well, he has two halves of it, so they lent us one half. The other half is still in France. But the cool thing is, um, that it's hardly ever left France, and apparently even to French people, it's like if you want to see it in France, you just can't see it. You know, it's like you have to be someone really like special to get to see it, because like they probably kept it, hidden away or something. So this is a really cool story that I read in the article about the exhibit, when the people from the State Library went to France and they had a list of 100 items of what they wanted, to borrow from France. And I think France let them have everything except for one item, which was like the manuscript. But somehow they did some talking and they got to have it, and it was awesome. I can't believe it, and that's why I actually, you know, like I would, like I might not have normally urged myself to go to it, but I just wanted, because it's here in Melbourne for I don't know how many months, but I wanted to see it right in the flesh with my own eyes, this manuscript in front of me, and I'm so glad I went because it was fantastic. Like, what one of the best exhibits I've seen, like, and it only cost $15 to go see it, and I really recommend, if you go see it, to do it at a time when they have guided tours. Like on every weekday at the moment, it's on at 11 o'clock. There's a guided tour that goes for 1 hour, and there's people that work at the library, I think, and they walk you through it and they tell you all about the exhibit. And I love that because it makes all the difference to me, learning all these facts about things, because normally if I'm walking in a museum, I don't know what really I'm looking at, but when there's a tour guide there telling me what's what, it makes all the difference, and I love it. Um, so I recommend going with the tour guide. Um, so yeah, it's cool. And another cool things is, like, when they flew it over from France, the manuscript got its own business class seat. It wasn't like in like the storage luggage part. It was in a seat of its own, and nobody from the Melbourne side got to touch it. It was handled completely by the people from France, which I think is so cool because it's like a national treasure. Like, it's one of the classics of literature and loved by millions of people for for so long. And the fact that it's here in Melbourne, I don't know what's going on, but I won't complain. Like, I got to see it, and not only that, I got to see the quills that Victor Hugo used to write with, like, these little quills, like feathers, full on feathers. I think there was like five of them that I think it's on this piece of parchment, and it's actually written Les Miserables. I think so. He must have kept the quills that he used to write with. I can't even begin to describe how awesome this exhibit was. If you're a fan of Les Mis, if you're a fan of Les Mis, I think you'll really love it. And so a lot, like, I learned a lot about history from this tour guide. Who, a nice bonus, she was French, so that was a bonus as well. So it kind of made me feel like I was in Europe again, on a tour. Like when I was in Europe, they had these awesome tour guides in different cities, and uh, it felt like that again, just for a little while. But oh my god, it was so good. Um, And what else? So at the exhibit they have paintings of Victor Hugo, and I think the way it was kind of organized, it was in like chronological order, and our tour guide actually took us through chronological order of it, so it was awesome. Um, some cool things that we got to see were like paintings or drawings by Victor Hugo himself, who was kind of like an artist. So he drew what he imagined, like the Thénardiers, Jean Valjean, Gavroche, all these characters. He had these ideas of what they looked like, and he had like a picture of it, so you could see what he drew. And they're originals, like they're not like photocopies or pictures. They're like the actual thing that he drew on. So cool. Unfortunately, they didn't let us take photos in the first room, which was fine. Like I can live with that because I got to see it, so I'm okay with that. But I would have loved to take photos of everything. But anyways, the quills were really cool. And then we got to see the artwork. Apparently, when Les Mis first came out, like it was in like there was no pictures, but people wanted to see these people and stuff. So the next edition, they had like this one guy drew like 200 pictures for Les Mis, and if you stand there in the exhibit, you get to see all of them. Like they had this like a digital screen, and they cycle through all the pictures, and they're so cool. Um, and I just one picture I really fell in love with is one of Cosette with this broom. Like it's a pretty famous picture, and that's the picture that's on the when you see Les Mis, like you see the little girl's face. It's from that picture, and I got to see the original. How cool is that? The original picture. It was awesome. Um, what else? Oh yeah, so then they talked about the musical and how it became a musical and stuff. First it became a play and all this stuff, blah blah blah. But okay, I'll just fast forward to the next cool part. So after the first part was the tour was done, and we got to go to the second part, which was interactive. It was a full-on. They said you take photos if you want, you can touch, you can. It's like fully interactive. And the best part for me, oh okay, once we went in there, I was already like buzzing, literally buzzing from the first room because it was so awesome, and I learned so much, and I got to see all this cool stuff. And then they start. It's this big room, right? The back there's like a stage, like a stage. So, and then they've got the conductor stand, which you could stand there and pretend you're the conductor. A place where there's like a piano, and you can not I don't know if it's a piano, I can't remember, but like you can sit where there's kind of like simulated where the instruments are. So you sit there and you can listen to these headphones about these videos and stuff. I didn't have time actually because I had to go meet a friend, so I only had like an hour to check out this second room. So, but I got to do what I wanted to do, which was cool. Um, the coolest thing was they had dress ups, they had like costumes, they had like change rooms, and they had all these like clothes from that era, right? So those girls had their dresses and whatever. I didn't like pay too much attention because I was like focused. I was like, what am I gonna put on? Because I really wanted to put on these clothes and hopefully get a photo taken, somewhere in here. And the cool thing was they had the coat tail, like the jackets. They were so cool. These jackets. Like the first one that got me was like this the coat that Javert kind of like what he wears. It was really cool. And all the coats had coat tails. They were really cool. And there was hats there as well. Um, you know what was really fortunate, which kind of how sometimes like life just kind of clicks into place, like awesome. Uh, on the Melbourne Muggles group, Harry Potter group that I'm in, one of the girls asked if anyone's free on Friday to do a photo shoot, right? And she needs someone to help her with a project or something like that. And so I was free on Friday, so I messaged her and I said, yeah, sure, I'm free in the afternoon. And she's like, oh, cool. And then she said, yeah, you can dress up or not dress up. It doesn't really make a difference. She's fine with either. And first of all, I said I wouldn't dress up, but then I thought about it. I thought, might be fun to wear my Harry Potter stuff. Just why not? Like, and it might be cool. So I got into like my so I actually changed into it beforehand just because I thought it'd be easier. then having to change just before I meet her. So I had my black slacks on, had my shirt, my tie, and my Slytherin jumper, and had my scarf and wand, but that was in my bag. So it turned out really well because when I was doing the dress ups, I was already in black pants, black shoes, and a white shirt. So it really fit like the stuff that I chucked on. It wasn't like I was half wearing a costume. It was like, yes. Yeah, I took off the tie and everything. So I'll show you the photo. I'm very happy because you know what? Because when I was trying all this stuff, these two ladies that were there, one of them went up to me, I hope you're gonna take a photo, because you look really good in this stuff, and I was like, oh, thank you. And plus, I was really happy because I wanted to first of all get the outfit that I wanted to wear, and then hopefully ask someone to take a photo of me, but they already offered already, so I was like quickly trying to finalize which one I would put, and so I finally went with this hat, this grey coattail thing. As soon as I did it, as soon as I got the photo, I used it, made it my Facebook profile pic. It's so cool. I like it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see me. Whoa. Okay, you can see there. That's me on the. Obviously, that's not me there. Let's see if you can zoom in. I can zoom in. Wow, I can zoom in. I don't know how clear that is. So I'm wearing like a grey coattail thing. I've got my white shirt on. And see, that's like a brown hat. It was so cool to wear, I swear. I loved it. I love it. um, One of my friends, Samantha, she's having this music. She loves musicals, and I think later in the month she's having a birthday party where it's musicals. And she said, dress up as any character from a musical, or make up your own character or something like that. And that was so fun to wear that I don't know if I could ever find like a place where you get those coattails. I want to buy it and wear it because it was fun as oh my god, it was so fun. It felt cool. Anyways, well, yeah, I like the fashion of that day. I mean, I never knew I liked it until I tried it on. And the hat was cool. It was big for my head, but for the photo, it was good. So I stood up on the stage, and she took the photos of me and stuff. And so I had my fun. And also, I was like, I really suddenly want a T-shirt with the face of, Cosette, the classic Les Mis kind of picture. I was like, just to, because I love Les Mis so much. I was thinking, okay, after this, I'll run down to the theatre that it's playing at, Her Majesty's Theatre, I think it is, and maybe they got merchandise about the shirts and stuff. But then I didn't have to because the exhibition had a little gift shop room, and they had a T-shirt with that face on it. So I'll show you quickly. Oh, okay. Ta-da! There we are. And it says a Paris original. I don't know. So I like it. I like that picture, and so I'm gonna look forward to wearing it around. And yeah, so cool. So that's probably all I want to say about it, except that when I was sitting there and they're playing the music, the Les Mis music, I was buzzing. I was telling all my friends who like Les Mis, oh, you guys gotta go to this thing. It's awesome. You love it. So that's all I really want to say. That it was awesome. I'm very, 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 very glad that I made the time just to check it out before it went away. So if you're a fan of Les Mis and it's still on, I recommend checking it out. But if it's over now, if you're watching this and it's already gone, I don't know. Hopefully, my explaining what was there, gets your curiosity a little bit. I don't know how it would help, but I don't know. Les Mis rocks. What else can you say? Alright, catch you guys later.